Hello, students. It's nice to see you again. Thank you for joining me in our flower topic continuation. It was really exciting researching all about flowers these past couple weeks. After I finished the last video, I realized there were still a lot more things to talk about, so I wanted to continue the flower topic this week as well. But it's a different category. Last week we talked a lot about why we like flowers or how flowers make us feel. This week we are talking more about the business of flowers and the world flower economy. I hope you guys enjoy it. I think it's pretty exciting and it's very interesting. I found a lot of things that I didn't realize about flowers last week, so I wanted to share that with you. Anyway, let's get started. So this is called Flowers Part 2, the Flower Economy. I'm going to start reading from now. Valentine's Day just passed, and a very popular gift to give someone you love is a lovely present of flowers and chocolate. In our last lesson, we learned all the reasons why people love flowers. They reduce stress, have healing power, show us how precious life is, and make us feel accomplished for growing them. Today, we are going to look at the effects flowers have on the world market. The economy of flowers is very large and continues to grow every year. So let's think about where flowers come from, how they travel, and what companies are doing to make flowers better. As the world becomes more globalized, so does the flower economy, and the flowers you buy might be grown in another country. Have you ever wondered where your flowers come from when you buy them at the store? You might think that they were grown somewhere nearby, like a farm outside your city. The reality is that the cut flower trade is increasingly international. Thanks to high-tech cooling systems and international flight, even the most delicate flower can travel thousands of kilometers to find a place in your local supermarket. The country that has dominated the world in the flower market has always been the Netherlands. The Netherlands flower markets produce about 50% of the world's cut flowers, and it has auction houses that are as big as 120 soccer fields. 120 soccer fields. Over 20 million flowers are sold at their auction houses every day, including roses, lilies, and tulips. The Netherlands also are developing new flower varieties. Different Dutch companies invest a lot of money into flower research, and even the government has given money to increase that research. Scientists look for ways to lengthen a flower's vase life, make the flowers stronger to prevent them from becoming damaged while traveling, and also to make the fragrance stronger. The Netherlands is the leader in the flower economy, but other countries are quickly growing and might even surpass the Netherlands in the future. Because of a better climate for growing flowers, Ecuador and Colombia have become the leaders in providing cut flowers to the United States. Ecuador has regular rainy periods and 12 hours of sunlight every day, which are perfect conditions for growing roses. Many people say that Ecuador has the best roses in the world, and they are known for their large heads and straight, long stems. Every year, Ecuador sells around 500 million flowers to the USA, and this industry has helped many local cities become more developed. One rose farmer has said that her family now has TV, and people in her neighborhood all have radios. Life is developing because of the flower business. Here is the amazing journey a rose makes from South America to the USA. On Tuesday at 7 a.m., the roses are cut in the cool mountain air of Colombia and moved quickly to an indoor cooling house, similar to a giant refrigerator. At 1 p.m. that same day, the workers in Colombia categorized the roses based on shape, size, length, and color. The next morning at 6 a.m., the roses are packaged and sent to the airport, where they make a 3.5-hour journey to Miami, Florida. At 8 p.m. on Wednesday, the roses are checked by officials and then driven or flown to various U.S. cities. On Thursday afternoon, they are purchased by flower sellers all over America and end up in people's living rooms. In just 3 days, the rose is picked in Colombia and sold in a city in America. There's one downside to this international flower market, though, and that is the impact on the environment. As we saw from our essay today, flights, cooling technology, and packaging materials all contribute to CO2 emissions and plastic waste. Many environmentalists say that the best way to prevent this environmental impact is to grow your own flowers or buy flowers at a market from locally sourced flower farms. Hopefully, the flower industry can find ways to decrease the environmental impact that international flower trading has on the world. Flowers will always give people happiness, and with smart shopping and advanced technology, the flower industry will continue to grow and affect many people's lives in the future. All right. So that's all there is about the flower economy, and I hope you guys learned something new. I found many interesting things in here. For example, the life of a rose, the journey the rose makes from South America to the USA. I found that very interesting. In just 3 days, a rose travels from Colombia all the way to America and sold in just 3 days. So while I was researching, I realized that the flowers, after you cut a flower, it only lives for a couple weeks. So it needs to get to its destination very quickly, and it needs to be sold very quickly for people to enjoy those things in their household. That can have a pretty big impact on the lifespan of the flower. So that's why these Dutch companies and the government in the Netherlands are investing a lot of money to research how to make the flowers last longer after they're cut. That's really interesting information too. Also, the size of the auction house, 120 soccer fields. That's incredible. It's so big. I think that's really shows how successful and how important the world flower economy is. Okay. I'm going to just skip the vocabulary explanations in the video, but the vocabulary will be on the article, so you guys can look at the vocabulary and study that on your own. And we're going to go straight to the discussion questions for today. So, discussion question number 1, where do you usually buy flowers? Do you buy them at a supermarket, at a flower shop? Do you buy them at for example, kind of like home grower, or maybe a farmer's market or flea market or something? So where do you usually buy your flowers? Number 2, do you know where your flowers came from? I'm talking about when you buy flowers, do you know where those flowers came from? Is there any flower from another country that you really like? Is there any flower from another country that you really like? Number 4, have you ever enjoyed flower viewing in another country? It says that the Netherlands is super famous for flowers. So did you go to the Netherlands and look at their tulips or something like that? So tell me about an experience where you enjoyed looking at beautiful flowers in another country. And question number 5, are there any flowers that are only available in Japan? What I mean by this is like unique Japanese flowers. They are made in Japan and maybe sold in Japan and exported to other countries. And I'll answer one of these questions. I will talk about question number 1. Where do you usually buy your flowers? And recently, I don't buy so many flowers. When I was a teacher at junior high schools, on my last day of on my last day of teaching at a certain school, they usually gave me a bouquet of flowers, a very beautiful bouquet of flowers. And I always gave that bouquet of flowers to my wife. And she really, really enjoyed getting those flowers on my last day of school. Or I would bring them home and put them in a vase, or give them to friends or family members or something like that. This is before I was married. Now my wife gets all my flowers. But sometimes on Mother's Day, I try to buy flowers for my mother and my grandmother. And I don't buy them in Japan and send them to America. No. What I do is I go on the internet and I find a store online that can ship flowers directly to people's houses. So there are some stores in California, and I can buy their bouquet of flowers on the internet, and I can send it from California to my mother and grandmother's house. So that's where I usually bought my flowers in the past. And my mother really enjoyed it, and my grandmother liked it too. The first time I bought them flowers on Mother's Day, they were very surprised. They were not expecting anything, and delivery came at their house, and they were so excited to open a big box and see 12 roses or a variety of different flowers, like lilies or tulips or something like that. So I try to do that every year or every other year, and yeah, I hope they still enjoyed those flowers. So that was my answer. I'm looking forward to your answers too, and please send them, and I will make sure to respond to all of your questions. And yeah. I'm looking forward to continuing our conversation about flowers, just in a little bit of a different topic, talking about business. But I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson and that you'll have a lot of information to share. Anyway, that's all for today's lesson. So thank you guys for watching. Goodbye, everyone. See you.